Well, I've spent a good part of the Wednesday afternoon trying to figure out the solutions, what's going to happen to our storm this weekend. We're going to get right to the storm. I'm going to keep this video. I promised Evan Myers, my good friend, I'd keep this video under 6 minutes if I could. All right. The storm that we're looking at this weekend is out here, and that's part of the problem. It's out in the Pacific. So you're going to see jumps with the models. I still think the European has a better handle on this. We'll take a look at it. But this is a big storm that's coming into California with all kind of rain. It's not going to get rid of the drought, but it's going to help it tremendously on Friday. But this is the storm that comes east. Now, what's going to end up happening is, out ahead of this storm, as it comes into California on Friday, starts to move into the southwest on Saturday, there's going to be a surge of Arctic air coming down. Now that's going to start producing some snow Friday and Friday night across the front range of the Rockies, a few inches of snow. There will be more in the higher terrain. Then that snow is going to be streaking eastward. I think it's going to be mostly a couple of inches of snow with this, 1 to 3 inches of snow as it pushes across Iowa and Illinois as we get during the day on Saturday and then Saturday night. So there's going to be a couple of inches with snow. I think it's mostly north of Interstate 70. Even in Omaha and Lincoln, you may not get much with this, but a general 1 to 3 inches of snow as that Arctic boundary comes southward, and then that snow will streak eastward. I think it's going to end up being north of Interstate 80. Again, it's not a lot, couple inches of snow. This will be Sunday in the Sunday afternoon. Again, this is that Arctic boundary. Now, this Arctic boundary, or this boundary itself, that's the key, is where does this set up shop? Because what's going to end up happening is that once that system comes out of California, it's going to move along this boundary. So wherever this boundary is, just north of it, you're going to get a lot of snow. We're going to see over a foot of snow, I think, with this as we go forward. All right, here's what's going on. It's European, and we're going to go to Monday. Here's what's going on. See this energy? That's this storm. It comes into California Friday, and the European is very simple. Here's our Arctic air. Here's our system coming northward into the southwest. This just tracks north and east. So while there is going to be an initial band of snow and rain out ahead of this system, this is your main storm, and this is what it looks like. So you have this Monday morning. You have a little lead wave here, little lead low in here, but your main storm is back in here, and watch what happens. It just goes north and east, and this would be a big snowstorm for your I-70. Beginning in Missouri, Sunday night, right along Interstate 70, right across central Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and then and up into Pennsylvania and New York State. It's that simple. It's just you can see the storm, and it goes right up into New England. So this would be a big snowstorm. 6 to 12, and I could be underdone in some spots, across all of New England. You're going to have to worry about mixing. I think there would be mixing, definitely, and the heaviest snow would be definitely north of I-95 with this scenario. All right. Now, GFS says, no, it's a little different. So it's suggesting that things are a little slower. See, here's your main piece Monday morning, according to GFS. That's the California storm. You see the difference? GFS, Europeans already moving along. GFS says no. You have one wave coming out, and then what happens is this California system comes northward, and now you have a digging trough. All right, and then what happens is one batch of snow moves out Sunday night, and then you've got another system. And again, just to give you the time frame on this is Tuesday morning. By Tuesday morning, the European's out. So there's two waves, one Monday and then a bigger storm, all right, that comes out. See, here's your first Monday. This gets held back, and then you've got to worry about a storm with all kind of backlash snow, D.C., Philadelphia, maybe even up to New York. So it's very complicated what's going to happen. Now, what I'm leaning to is this. And I could be wrong. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm leaning toward the European because it makes the most sense to me. What it makes sense to me is that you have a storm coming to California on Friday. It moves into southwest Saturday, and by Sunday and Monday, it's going to be directed northward. Now, could the European be too far north with the warm air? Yes. It may not be handling that the press of the cold air is a little farther south. So my thought is on this. Right now, I think your big snowstorm, and again, I've talked about the events that come across Saturday, upper Midwest, Sunday into the Northeast, a minor snowfall, right? But what I'm looking for is a big snow here along Interstate 70, probably just south of Kansas City, central parts of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, up across New York State, New England, this area in here. Southern New England, I think it's mostly snow, but you're going to have to worry about mixing in Hartford and certainly Providence. I think it's a big snow for northeastern Pennsylvania. I'll put the heavy snow right from State College to Pittsburgh, north of Cincinnati, mostly in Dayton and Columbus. Here's your big snow. But then you're going to have to worry about ice, and I will put that across coastal parts of Connecticut, in the southern New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia, back into West Virginia, and all the way back into southern parts of Missouri. Ice. And then this is your snow about a 6 to 12. So the 6 to 12 would be from Springfield, Indianapolis, Dayton, Columbus, Pittsburgh. I'm still worried about mixing few, and then up in the New York State, central and southern Hudson Valley, and all of northern New England. Ice, coastal parts of New England, New York City, Philadelphia, and on south. I'm taking a compromise. I'm not sure I know how this is going to work. The European could be right, the MRF could be right, and if the MRF is right, everything gets shifted to the south. That's the best I can do for now. I'm going to have updates on this the rest of the week, but I think there's a big snow and ice storm coming Sunday into Monday from the Midwest all the way toward the Northeast. Questions, you can ask them on Twitter. I'll answer as many as I can.